Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shifting Greers episode 1. We are so excited.
I almost said we're back. That's crazy.
We're back.
But we're not back.
But we're not back. But we are.
Welcome to our podcast, guys. This is so cool.
We're very excited to have you guys here. We've got both my younger and my older brother, William. This is my show. No, I'm kidding.
No, literally. Well, I'm just very happy to all sit down with you guys. We don't get a lot of time together, so this is cool to sit down and have us all in one, not really all in one room. We got Will zoomed in.
We're here to, I like combining our brains. That's what we're doing. We're just combining our brains.
We made a podcast.
We did make a podcast.
Why did we make a podcast? We like talking to each other. Am I asking you?
Yeah. I don't know if you're asking me that. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of.
Why do we make a podcast, you might ask? We want to combine our perspectives, our brains. We're trying to...
Our thoughts. We got a lot of things going on
learn
here.
As much as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And we think good discussion is invaluable in today's day and age.
Yeah.
And that we need to...
put all that out on one platform in one spot.
Be catalysts for good, deep discussions.
Catalyst. That was the name of a baseball bat I used to have. Anyways, welcome to our podcast, guys. This is so cool. Episode 1.
For screaming, I'm very excited.
Yeah, no, keep that energy alive,
If you're listening in your car, if you're watching on YouTube, we're just very excited to have you guys here for the very beginning of this journey. It's going to be such a fun one.
Welcome.
And yeah, it's me. I'm going to go ahead and let's just go around
Go around the circle. Everyone introduce themselves.
Like it's your first day of school. So
say your name, say your favorite ice cream flavor, and say...
Let's just do name and something about yourself. Okay. I am Hamilton Nash Greer, otherwise known as Nash.
He went with Hamilton.
And I'm known as I was known as a Viner first.
Oh, God.
Internet influencer, digital personality, whatever you want to call it. Hate them all. The titles suck. And yeah, if I could say something about myself, it would be that
you like plants.
I do like plants. I am a very open-minded person.
I'm Hayes, so you can put a face to my voice.
We need the full name.
What's
it called? What's the full legal? We need the full legal.
You don't need my full legal name. You don't need my government. My name's Hayes
Greer. First episode, we need your government, bro.
You don't need my government.
He's scared. Tell him.
Let's keep it casual.
All right, I'll keep it casual.
Yeah, Nash is over here trying to just put his whole life story on the game.
Say your social
Say your social name. All right, cool. Let's go.
I'm Nash, and I'm an internet personality, digital influencer, whatever you want to call it. I hate labels.
You're a dad.
I'm a dad. That's really what I am. I'm a stay-at-home dad.
You're a S-T-A-D. You're a stad.
Stay-at-home dad. Yes.
That's good.
And with my free time, I like to create things, both with my hands and on the computer.
You don't create nothing with your hands.
And my hands say differently right now.
Whatever.
But go on, Hayes.
I'm Hayes on that note. I'm the youngest of the 3. I'm the most versatile, I would say, of the brothers. Versatile or versatile?
Versatile. Depends on if you say data.
Versatile.
Thank you, Will. Yeah, pretty much I'd just say I'm a jack of all trades. I'm not really sure what I'm here for, but I'm here.
I don't know my purpose on this earth yet, but I will find out one day. Or I will find out that it might not be.
That's good. Hayes really is kind of a jack of all trades.
I thought it was. Hayes, that's a great description for you.
I don't know what to say.
I'll introduce him. He's the Tasmanian Devil. He's very good with motorsports. And
I do like dirt bikes.
All things extreme he's very good at. He has no hesitation, and everything is full throttle, and there's nothing left. Sometimes you get a little cruise, but for the most part,
it's just full
downhill,
gas.
100 miles an hour. He's very, very smart and caring, has a gentle side, but it's buried beneath that full throttle. That's my description.
Okay. I like that. That was
William?
good.
Pretty accurate.
William?
Pretty accurate.
I'm Will.
AKA Gandalf in training. Sorry, I just interrupted you. Gandalf in training.
Gandalf. I'm the oldest. I'm the leader of the ship. I'm the point of the triangle.
You're the point guard.
You started it.
I keep us all together.
No, that's me. I'm the glue. Get out of here. Stop.
Oh Lord.
It sounded like glue, keeping things together.
You are not the glue.
You are the alpha. You're the wise wolf. You know what I mean?
I keep us all moving forward.
Exactly. You're leading the pack.
If we were geese flying in a V,
okay.
I'm at the front.
I'll give it to you. But I'm the glue. You're not taking the glue.
Nash would be at the back left of our flying formation because he would have to.
If we played outfield in baseball, what position? Like, who's right? Center,
I wouldn't be in the outfield. You would be in
if
left
we all
field.
Three, okay, so Hayes is in right field, Will's in left, I'm center?
No.
You have to be fast to be center field, Nash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hayes is getting no action over there in right field.
We would be a lethal outfield, though, if you put us all three out there. It'd be a pretty good outfield. Nash would have to work on his pop flies a little
Can we
bit.
talk about how my first ever experience on a set, my first ever real,
Was a baseball
movie called The Outfield,
Yeah, I forgot Nash even
in
did
which
that.
I obviously played an outfielder. Great, decision
That's
there. Great
so
creative
funny.
name
I
there for the
completely
movie.
Least athletic in the family, by the way.
Least
Yeah, you
athletic.
got the first sport role.
Okay, yep, show
That's
me all
crazy.
sports movies.
Oh, we don't have one. I'm just saying that's why it's crazy. The least athletic family member got this
But
sports
get out of
movie.
here. There's some great
kidding.
sports movies. Mighty
We love
Ducks.
digging at Nash. That's one thing you're gonna figure out on this show.
Get out of here. Sports movies are hit or miss, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, yours was
Not
good though.
athletic. You're just the least athletic.
Yeah, no, you're very skilled.
I am okay. I won't even accept that, to be honest, because athletic depends on what you define athletic as. I play with my brain. I'm a very
Nash
smart
is,
player.
Nash is up here with
See
it.
me in chess.
Yes.
See
no.
me in the
Nash,
freaking.
I beat you so bad at chess.
Yeah, I
Like,
taught Nash how to
literally a
play
couple months
chess.
ago.
Actually,
See me on the sticks in Madden.
whatever.
That's all I'm saying.
Whatever.
I've got the mind.
We got a lot of things to talk about. We got a lot of things.
We have so much to talk about on the show. We're going to try to keep things fresh and relevant. But I definitely want to start by saying I have spilt coffee all over my shirt.
Well, you
First episode, first day at work. It's like when you show up and everything just starts going wrong.
You always spill. That's been something that's that's nothing new.
Yeah,
You've
my
been,
nickname was Crash, actually, for a while.
Came out of the womb spilling things. Got a lot of
Underrated thing to always have on your person is a Tide to Go stick.
A Tide to Go stick? I need one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Those are key, man. You if you say you work in an office, if you don't have a Tide to Go stick there, you're doing everything wrong.
Oh yeah, you're lacking. You're on the bottom of the totem pole.
Anyway, I took the fattest L just
Wear
now.
darker shirts.
This is the darkest shirt I own, and it's like the coffee. I don't even drink coffee. I took one sip, and it's a stain everywhere.
Can we
and
talk
this is my
about-
backup shirt. I stained my original shirt as well.
Let's not talk about the spilling and the stains. But I want to
I want
get
to talk
into.
about coffee or tea because I don't drink coffee. Y'all are tea drinkers or coffee?
I'm a
drinkers?
coffee drinker for sure. Will's a
Yeah.
coffee drinker too.
Both of y'all every morning, every day.
If you would have
Gotta have
seen
it.
what Nash put in his coffee, Will, you probably would have
Well, I'm
disowned
a
him
tea
as a
drinker,
brother.
so I'm trying to.
Dude,
tame it.
he went in my spice cabinet grabbing stuff, talking about cinnamon, putting salt, putting like oregano and
Honey.
parsley, honey leaves.
Parsley.
It looked like freaking miso soup he was drinking at the end of it.
Oh my goodness.
It was insane. But I mean, that's
I'm
Nash.
actually on team just regular, nothing in it coffee.
Gasoline.
Because I like to taste the coffee.
You like
You-
the sludge. You like the
You like
dirty
that
stuff.
man's milk,
I
that
just
grown up
want to
man's
taste the
milk.
coffee.
Yeah.
But according to things that I've heard /read,
Lattes.
it's good to actually put milk in your coffee.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, apparently Nash read something.
according to things
putting
I've heard
salt.
/read, caffeine is a drug just like anything else, and we accept
Absolutely.
it it's so widely accepted with no
Hezzy.
doubt.
No,
hesi. There you go.
cross
That's the
hezzy.
word. No freaking hesitation. And kids even are just down in freaking coffee,
There's
coffee
12-year-olds
flavored ice
there's
cream.
12-year-olds at Starbucks.
Oh, yeah,
There's 12-year-olds
exactly.
Swiping cards at Starbucks.
Literally,
Yeah, I mean,
whipped
every
cream
day.
on top and all that.
Oh
And
yeah, that's crazy to say. They're like the teenagers keep Starbucks afloat. Probably no. There's definitely an old cult for Starbucks, but eventually, I feel
No,
like
but
old
dude, have
people
you seen a kid
make your
from
own coffee.
15 to 25 outside in the last, however long
Plenty.
without a Starbucks cup?
Oh yeah, I
People,
mean, this
have you seen a
depends
kid do
on the
homework without a
kid.
coffee recently? Like everybody's like.
So it
that's
really
that's
is
the
like,
thing to do.
what would you say it's up there with water yet? Like it seems
No,
like
fuck no.
no.
Coffee and water.
Well, think about it.
You have like one cup of coffee.
Think about
a
how
day.
many
You
people-
have to drink like a gallon
How
of water
many
a
people
day.
wake up? Bro, people don't hydrate. People just straight up don't drink water. How many
100%.
How many
Show 'em
people
you're
a day?
missing.
Johnny and Elizabeth my family came out this past week, and I was like forcing them to drink water because I just wasn't seeing them do it, and it was freaking me out. And think about how many people wake up, just chug coffee and don't drink water.
I always remind mom to drink water. She's so bad at it. I've gotten Jeannie to do better drinking water. And I've told you guys this: when you wake up, the first thing you should do,
drink water,
like when you start walking around, is drink 30 ounces of water.
30
the most
ounces
important thing
is a
you should
lot.
do.
I take a couple sips, but sometimes my first step's other
Try to get
directions.
30 ounces, dude. A lot of people wake up and they just drink acidic coffee and then go to
Well, that was
work.
my point. So like,
I'm lucky if I
think
drink
it is on the
anything.
level of because you need like you don't get your coffee. People are like, I can't focus. or
Function.
act, until I get my coffee. And
Just drink water and eat a meal first, and then drink as much coffee as you want.
I think that's the thing. You gotta have food in your stomach to drink coffee.
Oh God, you'll be having the freaking runway.
But either
come out
way,
here.
yeah, it's the runs for me either way. Sorry if anyone's eating, but like it's literally I can't do that. I can't drink it. It's just like the conditions
Well, yeah,
can be
considering
perfect.
the ingredients that I saw you,
You know
put
how the
in your
conditions?
coffee,
No,
you should
That's
never
me
be
trying
allowed
to tame
drink
it. I'm
coffee
trying to tame
ever
it.
again.
The conditions. You know how good the conditions have to be to like launch a spaceship or something like that. That's what's happened for me
Only
in coffee.
Nash.
And I've had one good experience in Dubai with some Arabic coffee that was so good, and it was like a tea, which is why I tried yours out. And in the first place, I was like, watered down coffee doesn't sound too bad. I'll give it a try, bro. My
The
stomach's
quality of coffee
My
is
stomach's
very
turning.
important.
Quality of the water and the coffee is very important, but my stomach will turn no matter what coffee it is, so I think it's just not for me. I think I'm a tea guy.
Coffee is what? 50-70% water?
Everything is 50 or 70% water.
Huh?
Bean water, yeah. Hot bean water.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Like, let's not get it twisted. So if you
Good
wake
morning,
up and
here's
drink,
your hot bean water.
yeah, like coffee is a form of water, but the beans soak up something, and I don't
No,
know.
that's what I'm saying. Those beans are more important than freaking water, it seems like. We'll pollute our fresh
I remember
water.
every morning before school,
There's
me and
whole
Johnny would
wars
go to
over
school,
beans.
and we would stop at this coffee shop called the Human Bean at like 7 a.m. and you'd get this like they'd always give you like one coffee bean
I
on
remember
top
that.
of your like drink.
They covered it was like covered in sugar or something.
Oh no, it was like a chocolate covered coffee bean.
Oh my god.
It was so good, dude. It would be like
See, I'd rather eat them than drink that juice.
I would ask him for like a bag of them, and I literally,
Juice. I'd rather eat them than drink the bean juice.
dude, you
I'll
just,
say this: if you are a coffee drinker, support local
Yeah.
coffee. Don't like nothing against the Starbucks and the Dunkin' Donuts, but
Yeah, ethically
it's
sourced.
usually better quality anyway when you go to like your local mom and pop coffee shop.
Absolutely.
Facts.
As
You're not
consumers
lying.
these days, we need to be focused on shopping locally.
you sound like a politician.
Consuming smart. No, it's just true. Like, okay, I mean, think about where you spend our dollars. We just gotta be smart about where we spend our dollars. If it's a big, corporation, do they really care about the community? You know what I mean? Versus, your local mom
You
and
see a
pop
bunch of these
shop.
big corps getting busted for doing.
What did
sus
I
stuff.
read? Capitalism is dead. Corporatism is well and alive. So, like, the American dream is getting harder and harder to come by because it's just becoming a smaller elite group of people running everything. And before you know it, I mean, as the world's first trillionaire, how much influence do you actually have over the world and politics? Because that Jeff Bezos is a trillionaire.
Almost.
From owning a company. We talked about the old pictures. We can pull one up from Amazon. This guy's got Amazon spray painted on a banner, selling books in the early 2000s, and he's a trillionaire now. At what point, you know what I mean, does he just beat the system and say, okay, well, I'm going to change this law, I'm going to do this, because you just have so much power.
He
and,
has, yeah. He could snap his fingers and like
well, you
solve
look at
world hunger.
your system. You go to jail, slap on the wrist if you have enough money to get out. It's just you just get bailed out. So like think about what our system.
That depends on.
No, dude, our system is literally saying if you have enough money, you're good. It doesn't matter what crime you commit. Is that not a fact?
I don't know. I don't think that's a fact.
Speak on that, Will.
I think it definitely leans towards that, but I don't think in all scenarios. Like you're pointing at like an example that's on my mind right now is Aunt Becky from Full House.
Yes.
What's her name?
I don't know.
That's messed up.
I don't know her
Aunt
name.
Becky, with her whole, daughter going to college, whatever, blah, blah, ends up getting 2 months in jail and ends up getting to pick the prison that she goes to.
But hers was an example. Hers was an
because
example of that
she's-
getting exposed. Of what was happening. She was already taking advantage. Boom, free college, and then that got exposed. So they
She
have
ain't getting free college.
She got
You don't even know what happened. It wasn't free
You
college.
got accepted into USC. Same.
She paid a bread to get into.
You know how
I don't even
Yeah,
think we
she
should
paid a
really
lot.
speak.
But
All right, hold on, we
my
gotta cut
point
this out,
is,
though.
it's
Anyways.
you're talking about a specific case. What I'm outlining is people are upset about that, right? Because this is a person that has money, as a celebrity, whatever.
Has a face
and it
card.
seems like
They're making an example out of it.
Whether she did or not, it seems like to people that she's getting unfair treatment or getting treatment that now that's, in my mind, not really up for us to decide. It's up for the courts to decide. And, is there or is there not a bias?
No, here's my point. My point was, in the court, money has just as much influence. Ultimately, it all comes down to power and influence. And what gives you power and influence? Money. So that's the scary thing about our system. It leans on power and influence and money harder than it leans on any other, physical object or moral or anything
where
else.
You're going with
That's
that.
why I'm like, wow, is that really what, that's what the world's
But,
the world's telling us. The fatter our pockets are, the more successful.
You can't just go murder somebody and have it be a millionaire and get away with it though. That's the only.
That's
only
literally
argument.
happened so many more times.
Than you think though.
Hey,
that's
you have
crazy.
no
It sounds
clue.
nuts, but yeah.
You say it out loud and you're like, this will never happen
But-
in my world. And it does happen in this world. You just don't see
you'd
it.
be shocked, but the good people get snagged.
None of us
and the
know
bad
O.J.
people don't
Simpson.
get
No,
snagged.
he's not going to come out and freaking slaughter
What?
us, right? All right. O.J. Simpson's a prime example
Of what?
of someone who obviously murdered someone, but
I don't even
he had
know
enough
that
power,
whole full story.
had enough power and fame. It wasn't even money, but power, fame, and money. All three kind of convex.
Conspiracy.
Oh, there's no conspiracy there, bro. He's freaking. What do you mean? Who else did it?
I don't even know what the are talking
Yeah,
about.
I had to go back and watch, so I'm not even because it's a different.
I like that though, but I know that. So
I'm just saying, me or you, none of us know
None of us-
all of the facts in that situation.
None of us know all the facts about
Two.
anything. So we're here to speculate on shifting Greers, guys, and not only speculate, but we're trying to get to the root. We're trying to find the facts. We're trying to learn. But
That's
ultimately,
the whole point. What's the solution?
yeah, exactly. We're learning as we
What's
go.
your solution?
To what? What's my solution to what?
We were just talking about.
To-
To money basically giving you
There isn't-
and out to everything. Do we drop the dollar?
We can't. But if you look at functioning utopian
if you drop a
societies,
dollar, you fuck everything.
look at the Incas. The way that we did all these, indigenous and communities and societies that were all there before us was so dirty in our textbooks. We made them seem very, what's the word? Primitive almost. They
Textbooks
didn't
are
know what they
freaking
were doing
insane.
almost, and they had things figured out that we still don't have figured out. Everyone in the Incan civilization, there was no hunger. Everyone had running water. There was all these problems we deal with today. They had none of them. None of them.
But I think that's such a smaller scale. There's so many more people.
Yeah, it's a much
So
smaller
many
scale.
different, I think at this point you have to accept that there's going to be problems with any inherent. There's going to be problems with anything you try to implement. You have to accept that and know. And really, if you think about where we're at, we're not perfect, but the goal is to chip away. Nothing is just going to go away.
No,
at the
yeah,
end
absolutely.
of the day, people that are rich and in power and
We'll continue.
they're always going to find loopholes. They're always going to take advantage of whatever situation.
The system is so imperfect that it's going to take imperfect success. It's going to be a bunch of imperfect steps. It's not going to be a perfect swipe, boom, there goes all the corruption.
It's not just one law.
That's going to ruin it. The loopholes are freaking endless in this world, and that's what I hate. It's man, it really,
There is a bunch
it's
of
a
ways.
dirty world, and it lets, people that are, sneaky and dirty thrive, and that's what I don't like, so. Moving on, though, from that negative energy, I've got some things to talk about. How many languages do you guys speak?
6.
Will?
You know that none of us speak any language.
Which is why I'm bringing this up. Why are none of us bilingual?
But you want to know something funny?
Because we're white.
Is
And I
if
hate
you
it.
meet somebody who's from another country
Not even.
and they learned English,
Yeah.
they're most likely to know 2 or more languages.
No, absolutely.
I feel like.
No, everyone, pretty much everywhere else learns another language.
Baron
And they
knows
even teach
12
them.
languages.
Yeah, no, I have so many friends that know so many just from living overseas. It's
Yeah.
just normal. But, you look at it here. We learn
I took
Spanish.
4 years of Spanish class. I
5
don't
or
even
6
know
for
nothing.
me. I can read it.
4
for Will, doesn't know lick.
in Spanish.
Papers.
And I can't speak it.
Wrote whole papers.
Conjugated
that's the
hundreds of
thing. It's
verbs. Hundreds of verbs.
The way
I
we
conjugated.
learned it was the
Wrong.
curriculum was not
Wrong.
that good. Yeah, it's
You failed teaching us how to speak Spanish.
yeah, you don't learn good Spanish in the middle of North Carolina without a good Spanish teacher. I don't want to put our Spanish
Well,
teacher on
I don't
blast.
even think it's the teacher.
I
don't even
whole
care.
Spanish teacher on blast.
Yeah, no, you failed at teaching us Spanish. Literally, like, no, that's like, think about that. They're like,
Or we failed at learning.
you could have taken all those hours that, like, you put in that classroom.
Into cursive, bro.
Whatever, yeah. And
I spent my whole fourth grade year on cursive. I'll never get it back.
And, like, gone and done one field trip somewhere. And, like, you remember going on a
I went to
field
South
trip?
America for 2 weeks and learned more Spanish in those 2
no.
weeks than I did in my
Do you remember
whole
how much you
5
would
years.
love going on field trips and, like, learning?
Expanding your horizons.
You'd be like, holy shit, this is crazy. You would go 45 minutes down the road to some other, like, street.
New world.
Yeah, and it'd be like a whole new planet.
scene,
You'd be
never
like,
seen
holy
anything.
crap, where am I?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's like,
I haven't
we
thought
were
like
just
that
stuck in a box.
decades, bro.
Isn't that funny, though?
Decades.
To truly learn a language, though, you have to immerse yourself in
In another culture.
I had
So that's what happened. I was trying to order
That's the
food.
phone you want.
I was trying to get food.
Oh,
and I
you
was
couldn't do it,
starving.
yeah.
I
'Cause
was
you're
so
vegan,
hungry.
too.
Oh, it was so bad. I was like, I was trying to explain
That's
tortilla,
shitty.
beans, rice, guacamole, onions.
Yeah.
Give me the works.
They're
I don't-
just looking
no
at you
meat, no
sideways
cheese.
like, who the fuck is
You say
this
no
guy?
meat, no cheese in Santiago, Chile, or wherever it was. We were all over ordering food. They look at you crazy because like vegan
Yeah.
isn't that popular yet. So I was walking around ordering food, and they were like, no meat, no cheese, like the whole time. Like
Confused looking at you.
I was like,
Like,
gross.
dude, this isn't gonna taste good without the pork. Like,
Yeah. No, I was coming home though, like with a good Spanish tongue, and then it kind of dwindled away. The less you stop speaking it, it goes away. So
I wish you
but-
took salsa classes over there. That would have been more beneficial for you.
point
she
is,
can't dance. She has no feet.
Will, you've got 2 kids. I've
you
got
should have
one.
danced over there in South America. If I was
should've
there, I would have made you dance. I would have been like, ooh. You would have been dancing.
Dances with his hands. He can't.
Nash does not even.
I do not
He's
dance.
like, what? You know the Will Ferrell thing? What do I do with my hands?
dance
I don't know
behind
what to do with my
closed
hands.
Point is though, Will has 2 kids. I have a kid.
What are you trying to say here?
They have to be bilingual. At least every kid in the world's at least.
Bilingual? So you got some work to do.
Every kid in the world's at least bilingual.
Are you gonna
Well,
talk to
kids-
Malachi?
That's
And,
not true, but
Kids can pick up languages very quickly when they're young.
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Kids
it's
learn so quick,
literal
so young.
fun.
We gotta put it. It's our obligation.
so what are you about to do? Move to Argentina?
No, I'm about to implement and learn Spanish as my kid does.
All right, so you got to speak. Think about that. Imagine that, bro. Mondays we're on French time. Tuesdays we're on German. Wednesdays.
Dude, I watched a video of a kid who learned French in 6 months in his bedroom, and he started the video just like this, like, hey, je m'appelle Nash, and it sounded awful, and he didn't have the accent or nothing, and 6 months later, he's fluently FaceTiming French people having discussions, documented the whole thing, and I was like, man, what am I doing?
so cool.
What am I doing? I could just spend 6 months freaking grinding and I can learn a language. Let's do that. So I challenge all of you guys, if you don't speak at least 2 languages, learn to speak another one.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least set your sights on one and make it like a life goal or a yearly goal or whatever it is, because that can be a cool thing to have is in your back pocket. Travel somewhere. When you travel somewhere and you look physically like you're just not from that place, and then you speak the language, you have enough respect to like communicate with that place's language and really connect with the culture. Your experience is 100 times different than what it would be if you just came there, with the botched language or just speaking American English, whatever it was. So yeah, learn more languages. I'd say that.
I think only language that I speak is broken English.
Broken English. It's all slang here too. So like, they're learning English, and then it's still hard to understand because English is so broken. All the rules don't even make sense. I before E except after C. I don't.
It doesn't even work all the
No,
time.
it works like 5 times out of like 1,000. There's 1,000 other instances where that rule makes absolutely no sense. Yet that's stamped.
They mean all one thing.
Why is that
It's like,
stamped in my
In my
brain?
brain, I
Why did
before
they
E.
I before you except after C?
And it's
False.
wrong.
No, that's incorrect. Why did I
Why did
forced
I
to
learn
learn
that?
It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because like it was a jingle.
I'll
I'm
never
pretty sure.
forget it.
Man, I hate it. But like thanks.
There's some other ones. What are
No,
some
there's a
other
lot of
ones?
stupid English rules, dude.
there's a lot.
English is messed
believe
up.
The whole alphabet is funny.
So
because
English is derived from like 30 other parent languages as well. There's like Latin. There's like all these other languages that feed into English. Freaking in Louisiana, and then all the accents. So you've got people in Louisiana that have the French accent. Country.
What Louisiana
Dude,
person do you know has
What
a
I
French
learned,
accent?
hit country accents like this comes from Europe. Hey, the hit country accent that exists like that, it comes from Europe. There was a obviously it comes from Europe because it didn't come from Native Americans, you know what I mean, that were
Yeah,
there. So when we
facts.
settled, all of these languages started clashing, and we got to where people started talking like this. And it just didn't fucking matter.
Well,
no more.
god darn. What do we do about that?
Isn't that nuts though? That like it is a slang language. It's like a whole slang language, and it doesn't even make sense when you hear it sometimes. You'll hear a lot of talk about hydration on this show. It's something we are very adamant about. Will, being an athlete, drinks a lot of water every day. I mean, you heard him say 30 ounces every morning. That's the most ridiculous amount of water ever. But
30 ounces.
even
of
me,
water.
I find myself like not drinking enough water. That's why
I haven't drinking enough water today.
the big gallon on me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not necessarily something that
It's easy for everybody.
Liquid IV has helped me immensely with that. It is a hydration multiplier, which basically just means it helps me sequester the water better. It's absolutely game changing, and I would 10 out of 10 recommend using this on a daily basis.
You just combine 1 stick of this with 16 ounces of water. I like to do mine in the mornings, right? Like a pre-workout. You can do it whenever. You can do it for a hangover cure.
Great in smoothies as well. As a conscious consumer, it's important to note that Liquid IV has donated over 5 million plus servings of Liquid IV to communities in need. They've also donated over 3 million servings just strictly to COVID aid in recent days.
Liquid IV is available nationwide at every Walmart in the beverage section, so make sure you guys go check that out. You can also get 25% off your orders online if you use promo code GREER, that is GRIER. Enter that and you will get 25% off your order. So make sure you guys head over to liquidiv.com and check that out. Let's get rich and make our own language.
It'll never work. Remember, what's the book, Frendel? You remember Frendel, both of y'all? I know you remember the book fair, and then getting Frendel is super popular. The book where the guy named the pen Frendel? No? Wow.
Children's book?
Not
Tim
e-
Tebow
not
just wrote a
even-
children's book.
Not even a
Children's book.
Just like a good...
What was the guy? Do you guys remember the guy?
Y'all
that
don't
you-
read.
Like,
no one's reading anymore. It makes me sad.
Pen pal? Is that what's the guy's name?
Flat
He's
Stanley?
like- Flat Stanley. You remember Flat Stanley?
I remember Flat
I
Stanley.
remember Flat Stanley.
He's just like, a piece of paper or something? You just ship
Piece
him
of
across the
paper,
country?
dude, and you'd say he went all around the world.
Yeah, that thing was awesome. We did some good stuff in school. There was some good stuff we did in school, but for the most part, there's a lot of things I look back on, and I'm like, that was pointless. Cursive was really,
One of the great
really
things
one
we
of them.
did was,
Did you ever learn cursive?
Yeah, but how do you know? How do you
No,
write-
no. Did you ever learn
Yeah,
cursive?
how do you write your signature though?
That don't even matter.
How does that?
It doesn't matter. Whatever.
I was a third grade cursive learner.
That's what I'm saying.
Same South Lake Christian
So
Academy.
you
I'll
spent your
never
whole
forget
year
it.
learning cursive.
On that mirror thing that I still don't understand that machine.
What thing?
How it freaking, you put the piece of paper down right here and it mirrors the thing up on the whiteboard. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the projector.
But it was not like, but it was like the super old school ones.
That thing is an alien to me.
Who's this guy talking?
I have no idea what that thing is. I've been thinking about it since
No.
I was freaking 10 years old. I still don't know.
No. I know what a projector is. Remember, like
Obviously,
smart boards and
obviously.
everything.
Yes,
But
yes,
before smart boards, there was this thing.
Ooh, I know what you're talking about.
You
Where
walk
you
up
look
and
down.
you-
There's
yeah.
cameras. It's like a mirror, like reflector is part of the projector thing. It's just an older version. Where you put
Does
it down on
that
top.
sounds so weird when you try to
you
explain
You
it.
shine a light onto it or whatever.
Yeah, you turn the light on and then it goes. You don't know that? You never used that?
He definitely used
We
it.
use projector.
Dude, you missed it.
No
Smart
way.
boards. Smart boards. That was like we were getting out of school when they were putting in smart boards. They used to wheel in televisions like on
Yeah.
giant sets that looked
Carts,
like
little wheels.
huge giant TV sets. And like when you saw one of those things come in the room, oh my god, you're gonna have the best class, best day ever. You know.
Smart boards were lit and they'd be so laggy.
They barely worked.
When
You'd be on there freaking trying so hard to
Don't
freaking.
knock my pictures down. You just made 3 of them go crooked.
Sorry, but that's how they were doing it. Like
Yeah.
trying to smack that.
I remember my
teachers
teacher-
getting pissed.
Class would have to stop.
Getting
yeah,
furious
literally.
at
It
the
should be
technology. Just I can't. I need
Guys,
my
my
chalk. Give me my chalk.
My smart board's not
You know,
working.
whatever.
Dude, I remember one of my science classes at Bailey Middle School. We used to watch Bill Nye a lot, which shout out to Bill Nye the science.
Goated.
Bill Nye is good.
They would wheel it in there, and his little intro song. We had this one kid in class that would literally stand up and dance
Yeah,
the whole.
you have to.
For
You
the
gotta
whole
do what you
song.
gotta do. Get your boogies out when they come. You know. Would you guys like download your brain if you could?
No.
Like Hayes just
Put it on a USB.
very quickly. Nope.
Hayes is like, no, I want to get rid of all of my.
So like say you could, Hayes like if I could wipe
Leave
clean.
him.
Hayes like if I could actually just deactivate and just wipe my slate clean. I don't want any free will or anything. You
I
can
want
just
to
take it from
forget
me.
everything. And then go back.
Oh goodness! So no, if you
Wow.
could put your whole life, every memory that you've experienced, even the ones you can't think of right now, but you like everything in there on a thumb drive, would you put it on there?
I would stomp that thumb drive out so fast.
Like Blade Runner?
Oh,
Have you seen
God.
Blade
Number
Runner?
one, yes, I would. And number two, I think that's going to happen in our lifetime.
Well, Neuralink is already doing it.
The
with
chips are
Elon
already
Musk.
happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they enhance your they don't just download shit. They enhance
Performance.
So
the first
if you have a bad leg, it can feed energy to your leg and make your leg better.
They're launching with like trying to correct disability, which is smart.
That is
it'll
insane.
get them to market a lot quicker.
What the hell?
But yeah, exactly. What the hell? It's like we're already pretty much
You're
cyborgs.
telling me that's like making us a car. Like you put a chip in a car. They do it with like Audis and shit. You put an Audi or you put a chip in the Audi and it makes your Audi go 10,000.
We're already I mean, think about it. Our phones are like this is a connection of ourselves. This is literally
But
an
think about
extension
this.
of us.
When we were like born, right? And I was born in 1995.
97 and
Like,
2000.
when we were
95,
growing up,
1995, 1997, and
Forward middle
2000
finger.
for Hayes. He just
2K
missed
2K slime
that entire
business.
century. I love to say that I was old enough to see both centuries. I was here in the 20th.
You don't
and the
remember
21st
a
century.
damn thing from the 20th
And it's just
century.
tough, Hayes, being in, only 21st century. but-
Everyone thought the world was gonna end, and then boom, pops out Hayes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but listen, like when we grew up, there was there wasn't a whole lot of tech. You remember Chad had a phone in his car, by the way?
Yeah.
And the Beamer.
He did have a phone in his Beamer. The old
That's so. But anyway, there was like no technology, and then all of a sudden, like the iPod Touch came out when we were like getting older.
Yeah.
And then literally there was a point where it was just like, boom, we have everything. We're talking about robots. There's like
Wheeze.
flying cars. Like it happened really, really fast.
5-year period.
And my point in saying that is like, I think time, because of technology, has just been squished down and
Absolutely.
like happened really fast. So I think like when I was growing up, I thought the world was like still new. Like we were like just
Yeah.
the world was gonna last forever, and
Yeah.
like none of that, like all that was like science fiction.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, okay, that stuff could really happen and can really accelerate how long the Earth is a thing.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's a scary thought to have.
We stopped so many things. I feel like NASA quit going to the space after what 1969 or some
we haven't been
shit.
to the moon in a while, yeah.
Bro, like,
No,
'cause
they
we
went
were,
after, but
like
it's
you
been a
said, that
while.
advanced process was happening so fast, even since like before the iPod Touch wave and stuff, like
Yeah.
to where like,
Yeah, there's old articles where
dude,
they're like
think
they're
about
saying
it now, like we're talking about chips and stuff,
Yeah.
like. I remember saying, "Oh, dude, in 2032 we're gonna have hovercrafts."
well, that's the whole thing. Like you said,
In 2032 we're
1969.
gonna all have hovercrafts.
Imagine.
You know what I'm
Everyone
saying?
sat there in their living room and watched their television in 1969 while men
Walked
shot
on
up
the
on a
moon.
spaceship and landed on the moon that we look at every night and set up a film camera
And stomped the flag
stomped
in.
around, put a flag down, collected some dust and some rocks,
and dipped.
and flew all the way home. And they watched it on television.
Yeah.
So like the
That
collective
was
thought
that was
and excitement
so
for the
long
future
ago.
at that point. Yeah, I mean 1969. We're
It was
talking
like 80 years ago.
we're
damn
talking
near.
the longest. That's,
Not 80 years.
do
Bad
your
math.
do your
60
math.
years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
It is that bad math.
Hold on,
Correct. 69.
50.
This is the first time that we went. I think.
years.
Yeah, something like that. 51 years. No, that's not right. Yeah, 51 years. There you go. 51 years ago
Was
was
it?
when this happened. Yeah, and since then, I mean, well, think about it. 1970, they're probably thinking. We'll have a base on the moon by 2000.
Oh.
We'll have every
by
planet
2000,
colonized
yeah.
by 2100. Every planet will have a colony or something.
I'll be damned. The freaking
And you look at
Earth
what happened.
lasts till 2100.
we went into the satellite age. That's what
It's
happened.
about those advancements, though. Will, like you're saying, like that is why I feel like we've seen like climate change become such a big thing, and a lot of these things become such a bigger issues because
We're
of
rapidly
these
doing so
advancements.
much so quick.
And we've toned them back a little bit. Like schools, we're not using much paper anymore, bro. It used to be a requirement.
You look what happened with coronavirus. You saw the world just took a breath of air when literally everyone went inside, factories shut down, things stopped working
Yeah,
for like 2
everything-
months.
Skies
And
freaking cleared.
The weather patterns changed. The whole freaking organism of Earth freaking took a breath, and
Yeah.
everything freaking changed.
Because
And
everybody was literally inside.
ozone layer, freaking whole cities that have been covered in soot for freaking decades were finally could see some cleared sun, had good AQI, which is air quality index. There's so many things that happened just in that little period of us treating the Earth right, and it goes to show.
That was like a halt. We like slowed that advancement process. I feel like.
We're full speed back at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think we've just changed. We've altered like our own evolution as humans with technology, and then the Earth's evolution, like of what the track that Earth was originally on, humans have completely disrupted that.
Dude,
Up
Earth
until
was
1800.
Like we have
For that.
with technology, we have we have made everything easier on us, right?
Yeah.
That has evolutionary effects, like on our kids and our
Absolutely.
kids' kids.
Absolutely.
Like they're like we are like.
We're making ourselves robots to like function on a
comfortable. Like we don't work as hard to do different things. Everything's faster and immediate, and we don't walk around as much.
Think about how they mowed lawns without lawnmowers. How did they cut the grass? With a scythe. They would freaking scythe the grass.
Yeah.
So like we literally just went from, this Stone Age almost tools to like freaking machinery.
No, bro, like we're driving in a car every day. Our human bodies are not designed to sit
in a car every day.
They're not.
Dude, I sat in a car
truck
so
drivers
long.
that drive for bro, you are sitting in a foul position.
Tech neck's what they call it.
But there,
Looking at
we're
your
on
phone
the posture now. But there was
People
something I was gonna
just drive
say.
an hour to work, and they live like close to the city. They drive an hour to work, and that's 2 hours of their day sitting in a car.
And I spent a lot of my time sitting
Every
in the
day.
car. It's real tough.
But
But
sometimes you gotta
point
make
on
those things
how
happen.
quick we did this, up until 1800, and when I say up until 1800, the Earth is at least 4.5 billion with a B years old. So due to carbon dating, which is dating how old carbon is, we can figure out that is true. 4.5 billions. So many incomprehensible long amounts of time. The longest amount of time. And for a lot of that time, it's just algae type stuff living in the ocean by vents. For a little bit of that time, it's dinosaurs. And when I say a little bit of that time, I'm talking tens of millions of years.
But that's a blink of an eye in the fraction.
So all of this billions of years, and the Earth is relatively, it's unstable. It has its patches, but as soon as for the past couple million years, it stables out, and we're in a Goldilocks zone is what it's called. Our atmosphere is perfect. The weather's perfect. We have water. We have sun. It's not too hot, not too cold. We're not going to freeze. We're not going to burn. You know what I mean? We're in like a perfect gravitational pull. Everything came together. All the variables came together. And then humans started to show up. And, we do our thing. We hunt whales. We get oil. We're sailing ships. We're doing some good stuff. And then, the industrial age happens. We start building cars and machines and tools. You look at how we've accelerated this planet. And it's like we've almost turned into parasites, dude. We've literally almost turned into parasites with it. Like, we've just scoured it for its natural resources. We're not doing anything green. We're just constantly just ripping away at the fabric that is this super delicate organism floating in the middle of this galaxy, you know what I mean? And it's so frustrating because once you realize, oh, wow, this is all delicate and it all affects each other, and climate change is something that is coming for us, and we're speeding it up by just neglecting it, it's like shooting yourself in the foot.
And I feel like it starts with the small things, dude. Like, even like the human beings themselves that walk on the earth. You're saying about like how we just together as a collective are fucking the earth up, which we 100% are.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as like single human beings, like keeping yourself healthy, like the stuff that you eat, the stuff that you buy, all of those things,
all that
are all like
playing a part.
Yeah.
So you got to start with yourself.
Yeah, as a whole, the fucking world's fucked.
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be a perfect thing. It's going to be like everyone trying their best.
People are always going to go and freaking chomp out some freaking Doritos.
Oil spills are always going to happen. Like, that's what kills me. Like, you know how many times we've made the same mistake? Like, even like Chernobyl. Like, Chernobyl just explodes. Oh, a huge nuclear mistake or whatever. Let's not do that again. Hiroshima. You know what I mean? Whatever. And then, like, we keep making these same mistakes, and it's like, God, can we just develop, a bulletproof way to do some of that stuff, An easy way you can help out the earth or just be more sustainable is by getting a reusable water bottle. You don't have to get one this big or obnoxious.
Yeah, that thing looks like a bazooka.
This is probably the most obnoxious thing I own, but definitely get something that just anything that you'd use in your everyday life.
Minimize plastic use.
Yeah, single-use plastics, anything single-use. Just try to find something that you can reuse or
Will,
wash.
you got a reusable water bottle over there?
I know Will's got one.
Yeah, I do. I use glass mason jars most of the time.
Retweet.
Think about it though. All the paper plates and napkins, and even for birthdays and things like.
Paper plate, yes, yeah.
There's so many incidences in my life now where I'm trying to be as trash free as possible. I want to be as zero waste as possible. So my recycling at the end of the week is always full, and my trash, like I take my trash out once a month now, and I try to keep it super super low. Like I try not to throw anything away. So like If you're ordering Postmates, on every delivery app, you can request like no utensils, which is super nice because if you're ordering food, you got utensils at home. You don't need those ones, already. You're just lessening impacts there, here and there. So little things like that go a long way and make a huge difference. And if all of us start to chip in and do those little things right, the world will eventually change, hopefully.
Yeah. You'll see like a small
change. It's all of us doing it, with the right intention and perfectly. It's not going to be a perfect effort. That's what it comes down to. It's going to be a lot of us just trying our best to really be conscious consumers. You'll hear that a lot on this podcast, by the way. Conscious consumers. Even just the word conscious, like the more freaking open-minded and perspectives that we can see from, the better. And that goes for everybody, I feel like. So,
speaking of conscious consuming, I wanted to talk to you about your kitchen setup, Nash. Well,
how about the fact that we grew up going to birthday parties and somebody would blow out the candles and then we ate the cake?
I tweeted that.
There's so many things I've noticed since coronavirus.
One of y'all tweeted that.
There's so many things. There's so many gross things I've noticed since coronavirus. Like personal space.
That's got to be the grossest.
No, there's grosser ones.
That's the grossest.
What's the other gross one? What do we all like share?
Just thinking about, where a kid, like an actual kid, like 2 to 10, where those hands go on a daily basis. Every surface you can imagine. You go to a public space, good luck. Like, that's all I'm saying. Now, all of that is like, has a little bit, like, it's not scary, but it's just like, oh, is that dirty? Like, I always have that in the back of my mind.
People are paying attention a little bit more now.
A little bit more attention is being paid to hygiene.
Coronavirus made Nash a freaking germ.
I was already a germaphobe. Now I'm like an extra germaphobe, especially with a kid. I was tweaked for a long time. Now I've calmed down a little bit. I've realized that, like, there's good and bad bacteria. There's good and bad germs. You want to have a certain amount, as crazy as it sounds, of good bacteria and germs living on and around you. And that's the thing about overwashing your hands. You can overwash your hands, and like part of these things on your hands, part of these little micro.
You were an
organisms.
overwashing hand guy.
I was an overwashing hand guy. My hands felt like
you wash
silk.
your hands too much all the
felt
time.
like
Yeah,
silk. I was washing
especially
like 10 times a day, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to do this as much.
His hands are pruning. As
I was literally washing my hands way too much. I was like, what is happening? Huh?
Gosh,
no, but point is,
I still have a bad habit of washing my hands too much.
You can be too hygienic. Usually it's the latter. Usually people are just nasty, but you can be too hygienic. And that's the thing that's always, stuck with me. It's like, if you're cleaning your kid with Clorox every day, if you're not letting him play in the dirt or get stuff under his fingernails or whatever it is, it's like you're robbing them from not only a healthy immune system, but like a genuine experience.
Yeah, you gotta get those germs. You gotta get those bad germs.
Exactly. That's what's crazy.
System. Like, their immune system builds when it fights stuff off. Like, that's how it gets strong.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Did that come from immune systems?
What
doesn't kill you makes you stronger?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's a song. No, I used to think that like getting sick was like a germ, and you'd have like one little bad germ in you, and it was like the throw up germ or whatever.
Yeah, no, they make it sound so like they make it sound like X's and O's, like, oh, you have the chicken pox, and to get rid of chicken pox, you just retract your chicken pox or whatever it is. It seems like it all sounds so easy, disease and infection and all that, but it's so complicated and stringy and earthy, and there's imperfections and stuff, and that's what's really weird about mutations.
What tweaks me out with this is a sensitive subject, but why America like hide certain medical practices and medical treatments?
Dude, the whole every system and industry I've learned is absolutely ass backwards. There's a huge problem with it's because they're old. I mean, if anything is built on a weak platform, you can build the best building ever. You build it on shambles, on stones, on rocks, on oppression, on whatever it is.
Stones are good.
It depends. Are they round, or is your building got a flat base? Like, it's just like you build anything on a bad foundation is what I'm saying, which is what America had. A terrible, racist, awful, bad foundation in the past. It's always going to seep up under that new, system, no matter how just or unjust that new system is. So that's what I've learned, and I'm like, man, we got to do something about. We got to rip up the baseboards. We got to get to work on.
I want to talk about something
getting
light,
to the bottom
though.
and building new. You want to talk about something light?
Something light
Hayes like,
and happy.
I need to go with something heavy.
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel like
switch
I'm
out.
at school right now. Let's talk about Nash's kitchen. I've been waiting to talk about this, and now
Hayes is
I finally
grilling
get
me
my-
because I don't have
my
a
chance.
microwave in my kitchen.
Nash designed every inch of his house.
I didn't design it. I renovated it.
Whatever.
And I had the option.
You had
They were
the-
like, "You know, put a
They
microwave."
asked this man, "Hey,
Where's the microwave going?
yeah."
And I said, "I don't want a microwave.
I'm like, all right.
I have
you
a
know.
stove. I have an oven. Why do I need a third heating device?"
Growing up without a microwave,
Okay, growing up, I would have needed one.
Are you telling me that Malachi's never gonna eat ramen noodles?
He will eat properly
saying,
made ramen noodles. I'm gonna make him in a wok on the
fuck
stove.
you.
I don't
That man
need.
has to have shit out of a microwave. Nash, he has to have a hot pocket.
Hayes is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm
no, you
ruining
need-
it
No,
for him.
I want you to eat out of a microwave too, though.
I don't have one. It'll probably never happen again.
Like
unless
me
I have
and Will and I make rice in 90 seconds. Full blown,
to. 90 seconds.
full blown.
Full rice bowl is done.
I use a rice cooker.
How long does it take you to make your rice?
Do y'all even rinse that rice?
What are you talking? I'm talking garlic, quinoa, brown rice.
See, this is why I don't use a microwave. I like to make my food.
No. Oh.
Honestly, he has the time. You know what I mean?
It's not. It's not a time thing.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it cancerous to use a microwave?
No.
The microwave radiation
The
is not good
microwave
for
oven.
you.
I've watched enough Gordon Ramsay cooking videos that I've seen so many kitchens, full blown kitchens, like at restaurants, will have 5 microwaves operating, Nash.
Just to get the top layer hot, just to get them hot.
Dude, they will cook the whole everything off the menu will go in the microwave.
Hey, so what Nash doesn't understand is when he goes to all these restaurants and gets like a croissant,
Bro, they microwave all of that shit, bro. Like I watch all these Gordon Ramsay like videos on because he goes and fries these kitchens,
Yep.
dude. And he literally like
Is he for or against microwaves?
they freaking these restaurants. No, he's very against microwaves. Because that's in a restaurant though. That's in a restaurant.
Okay, my kitchen.
We're not talking about at home cooking.
Like you can't even make.
I have a popcorn machine. And the toaster for whatever I need to
You can't
toast.
even make popcorn, dog.
I don't need it. I've got a crock pot. I've got a
No.
rice cooker.
Dude,
Got everything that you would need a microwave for. The
You
microwave is
gotta
a quick fix. That's what that is.
Strudels, you gotta be able to make
Toaster.
those.
When you go to Starbucks, and you're like, I want the.
I don't go to Starbucks. No.
What's the cheese Danish? That thing.
Ew,
Yeah.
never would get a cheese
They made an
Danish.
impossible vegan breakfast sandwich, but they microwave it.
At
But
Starbucks?
it's an impossible.
They're popping that sucker in the
So I will
Yeah,
eat. Yes, I will
everything.
eat something out of the damn microwave, and I've done it
Dude.
millions of times
Yeah.
before. I just don't have one in my new
You
house.
think it's? I'm just trying to.
I know it's bad.
You have a phobia.
Tell
for
me that it's not a
microwaves.
phobia.
It's
Tell
a
me
microwave
this.
phobia.
When you buy a microwave meal from the store and it is vacuum frozen and packed, and you turn that thing around and you read, protein 12 grams, sugars 4 grams. You read everything, carbs,
they
fat.
usually got some good stats.
You got all the stats right there, all the ingredients. As soon as you go take that food and put it in your microwave, you might as well just forget about those stats.
No.
Yes, correct. Forget about
It
those
might
stats.
alter some
No,
stats.
those stats, until someone proves
Do
me
you tell
wrong,
me
we
if
might,
they all just go to 0?
we might have to have a food expert. They don't go to 0.
Right?
I'm not saying that.
So-
They don't go to 0, but they change. They don't stay the same.
But they're still there.
All I'm saying is the nutritional value and ingredients.
anything.
Listen to this. The nutritional
You
value
don't
and
think
ingredients.
anything changes? Wait, that's a good debate.
Will doesn't think anything changes. Hayes is uncertain.
I say whenever you cook anything.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. You're changing it. Exactly. When
Yeah.
you cook something, you're absolutely changing it.
Yeah.
So that's my point. When you get a frozen thing,
You think you're like
it's usually
nuclear.
already cooked. So you've already changed it. So you're harvesting something or you're getting
But
your
what if it's
ingredient
not?
and boom, that's when you eat it normally. Then you take it and you cook it. So you changed it once, then you freeze it. You change it again. So now it's been changed and it's labeled in that form.
And
Then you
heat
take it
in.
out and you change it in the microwave to eat it. By the time that food has been harvested and versus
You're thinking
when
about
you've
that
changed
so
it out of
deep?
the microwave, I'm like, man, that thing's changed forms 7 or 8 times. It probably doesn't
Changed form.
taste as good as it would if it
No,
was
no,
closer
no.
to the
No,
original
no, no.
form. So I prefer going to the farmer's market and grabbing that kind of stuff as opposed to going to the freezer aisle and grabbing that kind of stuff.
You can
for
grab
that reason.
farmer's market frozen things and microwave them.
Yeah, like the only thing frozen at the farmer's market is like fish.
I think everybody in an ideal world would prefer farm to table mash if that's what you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Farm to table is better. It's impossible though with all these food deserts. That's the thing. And
like some of us are busy, and it takes 96 seconds to make rice. Like we're gonna just make
Well, it's
rice,
like some of us are busy, Nash. Not everyone just
no,
stay
it
at
is
home all
such a
day.
good time killer. It's the most useful thing probably to come out of the kitchen invention and
Dude,
since the fridge. Like in
They
a
have
long
5
time.
of them in restaurants sometimes.
No, they're awesome, but at the same time they suck.
You think they suck?
I don't like them. I don't like them because I don't know what the nutritional
don't like
value
them
is
because
after I cook the food.
I don't
You know
know
what
if that. I mean that. Yeah, but you also.
It's cooked when you buy it. It's cooked and frozen. Then you cook it again, and it's like, is that the nutritional value at first before it's cooked, or is that like what's it gonna be after?
All your questions have answers, though.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do, but it's okay.
Whatever. Microwaves. Yeah, maybe I do have a phobia.
That's just a guy that.
Maybe you do have a phobia. He admitted it. He's got a phobia,
Just
dude.
sitting around waiting for that thing to
He's
beep.
stuck in his ways, and like he won't research it because he's scared of him being.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what's the question? What's the question then?
Are microwaves bad for you?
Do microwaves subtract from the
See,
nutritional
look
value?
at the question he asks instead of the ones that I ask.
I mean, I just think everything does in some way. Like it's just how it is.
No.
A microwave is a different way to heat something up, Nash. As the stove heats food up, the microwave heats it up in a different way.
There's nothing about microwaves that damages food more than other cooking methods. In fact, microwaving can actually preserve nutrients. Boiling vegetables tends to leach out the soluble vitamins into the cooking water, and ovens expose food to much longer cooking times and higher temperatures.
So microwaves better? Is that what you just said?
I don't know.
Again, Nash just not looking something up until right now, and just believing in it every day.
The longer food cooks, the more nutrients tend to break down. So that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, so you cooking it, the longer you cook it
Yeah.
in the stove pot,
But
it's
keep in
worse
mind,
for you.
yours has been cooked already.
It doesn't matter. It could be not
does
cooked.
matter.
It could be not cooked, though.
What do you get? What do you get not cooked that you put in the microwave?
You heat it up.
A few things. They can chop up vegetables and just put frozen and freeze them.
Wait, what?
Like broccoli. Like I get this frozen broccoli all the time.
Oh, you just microwave it frozen?
Yeah. You can do that, and you can
How?
like
You just put it in a bowl?
it literally says microwave.
I haven't microwaved something in years. It's been
I
a
know.
long time.
But you're almost changing your
No,
ways.
I'm not gonna do it.
You're close. You just read.
Moving on.
He exited out of the window.
Yeah. Okay, so Nash, this is Nash being scared of something for no
I'm not
reason.
being
He has a phobia, dude. He has a phobia. He's
hot in
sweating.
here.
It's not. It's really. I looked at the AC. It didn't change 1 degree.
It's
It didn't.
85.
We've just been like talking and moving, so we've gotten hotter internally,
Nah, it's hot
but
in
it's
here.
still 76 in here.
It's hot in here. Nah, but you speak about my kitchen.
Dude, it's 67 degrees.
Yeah, fuck that. I can't even hear that.
All the time.
Speaking of my kitchen in my house, I've been DIYing out of that thing. I've rubbed all the skin off my hands building that porch with Johnny this freaking weekend.
Holding all that wood for him to nail in.
Get out of here. I built at least 50%.
I'm proud of Nash.
I did at least 50% of that
He
work.
was 50% of that work. Don't.
least.
Johnny's gonna
At
literally
least.
go over there and break the whole thing down if you talk about 50%.
Ask him. I did at least 50% of that work.
Oh,
He
God.
did all the technical things. He did all the
Like
technical
you
things.
probably like if he could undo that after if he probably would undo it if he could if he heard you say
He
that.
heard me say, no, he knows. I'm comfortable. That's how you know I actually did 50%. I'm comfortable with him hearing that.
Okay.
I did all the labor. He did all the
Okay.
zing, 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 zing. He was using the shell saw and the drill. Anyway, my stepdad and mom came out here, as we said earlier, and my stepdad helped me build the freaking brand new porch. And yeah, that's
Patio,
why
porch.
my hands are hurting. Anyway, I was sanding it last night, sanding it down, sand right, left, and a freaking splinter went right into the palm.
Why were you sanding it?
Because I bought all the last wood in the store. Lowe's, they haven't had any new materials in
hand
any of the hardware
sanding or
stores because of
something?
Corona. Remember when we went to the bike store and there was no bikes to buy? They're not. The factories are we're just now seeing the delays from Corona. So there's no materials in any of the Home Depots or Lowe's. So I bought all the last like scrap wood they had for the deck. It was all redwood, but it was beat up, so there's splinters and shards
You
everywhere.
should just get a sander.
So that's what I was thinking. Anyway, I didn't have a sander, and I
And
was
you
out there
just freaking-
sanding, and I'm, right, left, huge splinter in the middle of my palm.
That looks like you got bit by a snake.
Dude, it's so swollen too. It's tender to the touch. I think I hit a nerve. But anyway, it went like an
Ow.
inch in. I got in with my fingernail clippers, dug that thing
I don't even
out.
want to think about that, bro.
Hayes, I went back out to start sanding without having it covered up, and I freaking got a splinter in the same hole that splinter that was just there was. So I had to go back into the hole I had just opened in the middle of my finger and pull another freaking 2-inch splinter out, and then I quit sanding after that. How many insurances do you have?
Bro, I've got a disgusting amount of
How many? At least, what, 5?
home or life.
Home, car, life, or like the big
Medical.
three? Medical.
I've got insurance on like little things, bro. I've got insurance like on this
Computers,
computer that
yeah,
I'm
insurance on
like,
your devices.
you have insurance.
Well, so that's what my point is. They're selling us this extra layer of insurance now. When back in the day, they would just make shit so sturdy and strong where it would just last for decades. I remember seeing videos of old appliances and old machines and vehicles that are still working from way back in the day because they were just built so well. And nowadays, things are built to be light. They're built to ship. They're built to show up at your door quickly, and the structural integrity isn't as much as it was back in the day. So what do? They slap on, if this breaks, pay for this if this happens. And if there's anything I hate more in this world, how do I even say it? There's nothing I hate more in this world than paying for something that's not there. And that's what insurance is. It's like if this happens, you're paying for something in case it happens.
The whole premise of insurance, Nash, is me, you, and Hayes all pay $100 to an insurance company. And if you break your thing, we all are insuring our toys, right? We all have a toy, same toy. We all pay $100 a month. You break your toy, instead of you paying $30,000 to fix it, they use all of our money to pay for your toy.
It sounds better when you explain it like that. But I still feel like I'm getting robbed.
Instead of you coming huge out of pocket, you have insurance.
But I still feel like I'm getting robbed. I still feel like I'm getting robbed.
If my toy never breaks, then I've just been paying insurance.
So how can I? So you have to have car insurance to drive. Like you can't, because like I'm a safe driver and all that.
God.
But like they will not let you not have car insurance, correct?
No, you have to have car insurance.
But so car insurance is the same kind of like. You have to have insurance because if you get in a car wreck with somebody, if you crash and you and Hayes get in a car wreck,
you're liable.
And you don't have insurance,
it's gonna cost a lot.
You can't pay him out of pocket, then you just wrecked his car and you can't fix it.
I remember someone didn't have health insurance and got freaking booked for a COVID bill for 7 figures almost, like upwards of a lot of money.
That's why there's insurance, and I know that it's gotten. There's all kind of things with it, but that's the premise.
I didn't have insurance on my dirt bike crash, and I got freaking waxed.
I don't fully understand insurance.
And your house burns down, then you just have to build a new house out of pocket.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing, nobody's going to help you do that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Good to have, though. Like, I have insurance on my watch. If I lose my watch, I'd be devastated. But I have insurance.
Do you pay for that consistently?
The premise of insurance is actually a good and smart thing.
It sounds a lot better now that you've explained it to me. I still don't like it, though.
You just don't like spending money.
In your mind, if nothing happens, then you just wasted a lot of
That's
money.
exactly what's happening in my mind. My mind is I'm just wasting my money. I have a note for us to end on, guys.
Oh, gosh.
A tweet for us.
This will be interesting.
My mom said a lot of people struggle with sleep because sleep requires peace. And I felt that. And
Did you said I felt that?
No, she said I felt that. I too feel that as well, though, because I've had many sleepless nights, and thinking back on it, it's like, man, my best sleeps came when I'm fully at peace.
My best sleep comes when I've worked my ass off and I'm exhausted and I
Too
just,
tired to freaking make
I
it
just freaking
out the shower.
smack the cans. Like
Jeez.
you could freaking throw me outside and I'll sleep on the
The
floor.
most powerful part of that quote is peace. Like, peace is the whole goal.
That's the
Internal peace,
That's
right?
we're every day. It's like how do we get closer to that? Because it's not like one of those things like you said
You
where you
shave your
just
beard.
I need to shave.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those things
That'll be step
where you're
one.
like with
peace.
peace, where you're just battling every day for it, like working for it because it's peace. It's like it's one of those mental games. It's like, man. Speaking of peace, we hope you had a very peaceful time listening, guys. We just want to remind you that the podcast is available everywhere. and on YouTube. For those of you watching, make sure to subscribe down below. And
Hit us up.
yeah, enjoy Shifting Greers.
Peace out, guys. See you next week.
Peace out.